Everybody, and welcome to this quick episode of Transfer Madness. Let's put it that way. Let's put it as transfer madness. In the past couple of days, the biggest transfer news in the media is not even as if the biggest player that has ever gone to any team is the talk of Noni
It's
Madueke.
everywhere. Talk
It's
of that.
everywhere. Noni this, Noni that, Noni. So in this episode, we're
Noni
going to be
Madueke.
like, what is going on with Arsenal fans? What Arsenal fans crazy? What is it? And I what's actually going on?
Yeah, I think we had Ferdinand. I think was it yesterday or 2 days ago. Ferdinand came out to actually send out a tweet, or would I say his take about talking about I think Arsenal fans that's taking it to the extreme to raise petition, batch Madrick even before he starts. And I think in there, like you said, madness, he was saying he hopes that he doesn't see something like this again because it seems unfair to the player and how he said to as an Arsenal fan, how do you see this transfer?
I
What's your
personally
take?
feel like Ferdinand is just chasing clouds. And that being said, though, fans or no fans, they have the right to do petition for anything they feel like they want to do petition for. Me, I personally feel where Arsenal fans crossed the line was going into Noni's DM to insult him and drag him and say, "Oh, you shouldn't come to our club. You this, you that." The club has already made the decision. The manager has made the decision that I want to bring this person in. The only thing we can do as a fan is, even if we don't like, we've seen other players come from Chelsea like Willian, like Luis and everything, and we know how in the end we chase them out of the club, which is good because they didn't really serve us well. Let Noni come in. Let's see what he's going to give. He's coming as what? As a support on the left and on the right. Let him come in. Let him prove or not prove, and then we'll move in on. It's not for us now lately. If anybody has not noticed, it's not hard for us to say we want to cancel a player's contract if it's not suiting us well. We've done it for Willian. We've done it for Ozil. We've done it for Aubameyang. We'll continue. We did it for Tomiyasu because of injury, which is justifiable. If Noni comes in and Noni doesn't show up, we either cancel his contract or we'll sell him.
You
Is
know,
as
you
simple
know,
as
you know,
that.
you know, you know, personally, do you know how I see it? Do you know how I see this transfer? I have three different, just a quick one on this. I think I have three different take on this transfer. One, from a perspective of an Arsenal fan. I think in the last couple of years, we've had players switching from Chelsea down to Arsenal, you understand? And I feel like some Arsenal fans probably are tired of that. Maybe they just don't like the trend.
No, it's because the players are coming up and we're
No, I'm
spending
saying
so
I'm saying
much
my I'm
money.
saying my personal take. You understand? The way you feel, you are just one Arsenal fan. I've seen things online and I've seen what Arsenal fans are saying. Some of them are just tired of that trend because I've seen people say you can't keep bringing players like it's a dumping site. You understand? Especially people don't see some of these players as needed. Some of them felt like Kayadra was not a needed transfer. They felt like Sterling was not a needed one. They felt like Noni is also not a needed one that's coming from. If for example, if Kopama was coming from Chelsea to Arsenal. I think Arsenal fans will react differently. Some Arsenal fans feel is that why they not so needed or not necessary ones coming from Chelsea. That's one angle to it. That's one angle to it. Another thing that I think is that, you know, going into this transfer, there's a lot going on around your careers. Some Arsenal fans, don't let me say Arsenal fans because I don't want to generalize it because I don't know your own stand and some other Arsenal fans stand. So I think some people want strikers. Some people, so maybe the fact that the news of Noni is coming before that of a striker, that's another thing that is maybe getting people out of their shell.
Honestly, though, transfer deals doesn't go as fast as people believe. Some will go very fast because on the players' part and on the club's part, they are willing to move on. And when it comes to the Chelsea players coming to Arsenal, most Arsenal fans' frustration is based on the fact that many of those players that have crossed the line, they did not serve us well. Arsenal fans will not look at Kai and say Kai hasn't served us well. Kai has been our best striker past 2 seasons. Yes, there was an outrage when we first paid the money based on the
Do you,
fact
do
we
you know
spent
that last
we
season?
spent
Do you know
70
that last
million.
season the club had to stand by him with some statements? People were still bashing him as at the ending of
The
last
people
season.
that were bashing Kai last season was based on his return on the field until the guy
Yeah, that's
started
what I'm
scoring
saying.
again. Kai, remember something? Kai still ended up being one of our highest goal scorer last season in total across all competition. The reason most Arsenal fans bash Kai now, not because he came from Chelsea, but because of what sometimes is very frustrating to watch. You'll be watching game and you expect Kai to bang this in and then he's going to miss the chance. There was one of the games that he missed the cup and then he ended up scoring 2 goals in the end. But that aside, people look at the transfer we've done in the past couple of years with Chelsea and look at Willian, look at David Luiz, look at Sterling, and be like, those were bad transfers. Like, he didn't serve the club well. But in those also time, we look at Kai, and Kai was able to come in. He was able to grabs and score goals for us and wherever. Arsenal fan made a song about him throwing shades at opposition fans, saying, "Oh, how much we've spent, oh, Samina, Amina." That's because Arsenal fan are so the subset of Arsenal fan that are still bashing Kai is very small now. It's just social media makes it very big because people like pushing negative narrative. Now, going back to if Gyökeres transfer.
One thing is bashing is one thing. I said something about some people's view of Kai being an unnecessary transfer right from day one.
In the beginning.
Now, if you even going into this season, if I ask you straightforward, where do you think Kai will be playing next season?
If we buy Gyökeres, Kai will be on the bench. It's as simple as that.
So let's continue.
But
the reason why I'm saying this,
in retrospect,
we need to share. You need to see people's perspective.
No. In retrospect,
you've been watching.
This is why I said subset of Arsenal fans, because in the beginning, maybe major set of Arsenal fans said we didn't want Kai because it wasn't needed. But now today, I can tell you, if you take a poll of Arsenal fans online, 1,000 people, 90% will tell you that Kai was a needed buy. That is from Arsenal fans. And we cannot focus on that 10% that still say Kai is not a needed buy and say, oh, that's everybody's thought. No, it doesn't work that way.
I'm telling you that just weeks before Kai Havertz got injured last season, just weeks, even in our own small platform, there are people that talk about him being too slow, him not being. And I'm just telling
you're focusing on the subset to bring it as major. You're majoring on the
people
minor.
complain about
what you're majoring on the minor. Majority of Arsenal fans love Kai.
I'm giving you things based on things that have played out. I just told you that
things that have played out. Oh yeah, where? Things that have played out.
Okay, let's leave our small platform. Do you know last season the club came out? I think was it his wife or something as well. He himself was out as well, snapping pictures, showing himself. That
was because he had
because people were making him scapegoat.
Okay, let me ask you this question. Let me ask you this question. That set of Arsenal fans, is that the majority or the minority?
I wouldn't know.
It's because he's the minority.
I wouldn't know.
If you go
I'm telling you what's out there. Okay, you're
focusing on what's happening on social media.
Let me give you an analysis. Let me give you an
analysis. Hold on. Let me use one of your statements for you. You're very big on how fans see players when they see them in the stadium versus social media. But now you want to focus on the social media negative trend.
Okay, let me give you
our fans. Remember,
let me give you instance.
This point. Even when that social media thing happened, fans still sang Kai's song that same weekend in the stadium.
Okay,
that's now majority of Arsenal fans.
Let me give you an instance. If you are probably getting what I'm saying wrong, let me give you an instance. Let me use Kai Walker in Manchester City. Mm-hmm. Kai Walker also had an incident. An incident happened online, right, where few fans attacked Kai Walker, right? Okay. Now, few fans attacking Kai Walker, we can say from like what you're saying, that subset of people that will go the extreme to go attack Kai Walker. Mm-hmm. That's few. But I can tell you that majority of City fans also want Walker gone at the point because at that point, Walker was not performing so well. But mind you, it's only few percentage that we go to the extreme of going to attack a player. Now, when I am saying...
Well, I'm putting it to you that majority of Arsenal fans don't want Kai gone. That is...
You don't have the number to read. I have read online.
Are you an Arsenal fan or you're focusing on social media number? No, that's a straight question. Are you focusing on social media number? Yes or no?
Let's go back to Noni.
No. Are you focusing on social media number? Yes or no? It's a yes or no question, no explanation. Are you focusing on social media number?
Area every board that I've heard about
every Arsenal fans channels now. What are you saying?
Okay, let's forget.
Yeah,
okay, you know what? Kayabas is wanted, is loved, is wanted. Okay. Let's go back to Noni. So we've talked about your take on Noni, what some Arsenal fans think. Let's now talk about what some Chelsea fans think. Some Chelsea fans
they will love the deal now because they are making.
So they feel like it's a bragging right now. Do you think so?
If it was the other way around too, Arsenal fan will love it because we are making money from the sale. In Arsenal fan, they have the right now. They actually have the right to be outraged about Noni. Forget where Noni is coming from. Even if he's from Manchester United, we are getting him from. The fact that we've not been able to finish the buying of Gyökeres is making a lot of Arsenal fans frustrated that why are we paying for Noni now and not focus on paying that extra 5 million to get Gyökeres across the line. But people are forgetting that transfers don't work the same way. It doesn't, because we have good relationship with Chelsea.
At least we agree on something. We
have good relationship with Chelsea.
I think some Chelsea fans see it as bragging right. And truthfully, it looks like a bragging right. Last question to you. last question. Do you think all of this saga would affect Noni's performance?
Personally, if me, I'm of the opinion that if Noni doesn't serve as deputy that we are bringing him for, we should sell him next season or 2 seasons. If he decides that he wants all the saga that is happening, Arsenal fan will still enter stadium tomorrow. If Noni start playing well and start singing for him, that's the beauty of fans in the stadium. Social media is a very dangerous place. If we want to focus on social media message, a lot of players would have fall out on the sideways. But if we focus on what's going on in the stadium and how fans are receiving these players in the stadium, when push comes to shove, Arsenal fans still supported Aubameyang to the stage where they realize that this guy is an idiot. We need to get rid of him. Arsenal fans will show up next season and support Noni if he's playing the way he's supposed to play. Sterling that came on loan last season, all the rubbish he played, they didn't boo him one time. All the rubbish he was playing, he will still enter field. Arsenal fans will be like, hey!
Yeah, but you do know, psychologically, it's not only.
Then that's on the player.
It's not only what happened in the stadium that affects a player.
But that's on the
We
player.
are in the social media world. This noise, the buzz, the topics, the discussion. We've seen players. That's why you see players jubilate sometimes. They bring the message out. Sometimes,
yes, they do.
Things that comes from. So what I'm saying is, psychologically, you think it shouldn't be an issue, right? But
for me,
I think personally,
that would be on the player.
I think personally, he's going to need a lot of reaction for him to do well. That's what I think. Because Noni to me doesn't look like someone that has, like I said, it doesn't look like a necessary signing. So now you coming in in the midst of saga like this, then Arteta has a lot of work to do in terms of reassuring him, boosting his confidence. I don't know what his mentality is like. Then he needs a strong mentality in himself as well.
The thing is, that line, Arteta can reassure him as much as Arteta wants. If the player doesn't want to stand up for himself, then it's going to bomb out. Because no matter how much reassuring you're getting from your support system, if you don't show up for yourself too, if you don't stand up for yourself too and be like, okay, let me hold my head anytime I get game time, I'm able to perform on the field and everything, then that's on you. That's a lot of things that have caused a lot of negativity with Manchester United players. And then people like Rashford go to other club and then they shine because they see the love. And then they embrace the love. If Noni sees the love, Noni will get the love in Arsenal Stadium. He will get the love. It's now up to him to now say, okay, this love I'm getting is warranted. If he starts blowing, if he starts doing rubbish, Arsenal fan will start calling him now that he should leave. It's as simple as that. And I'll go back to that Kai, as much as he's a knucklehead and everything, Arsenal fan was this job in stadium and sing Namina. Hey, every time he scores, they still sing it for him. It's as simple as that. So you can either stand up or fall down.
So guys, that's it on today's episode on Noni. Let's hear from you. Do you think Noni is let's hear your take as an Arsenal fan, as a Chelsea fan. What's your take on the transfer itself, on the deal? Do you think Noni is all of this is gonna affect Noni or not? Do you see Noni performing out shining and beating expectations or not? Let's hear from you, and we call this a day on today's episode. Till we see you again.
Thank you.
Stay safe.